Welcome to a special edition of the Focus Up Show. Today we'll focus in on Mr. Tracy Show, business owner here in Sacramento, California. We'll be doing the interview and let the community be aware of this jewel that's in our community. Today's special guest, Mr. Tracy Show.
Good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Tracy. How you doing this morning, sir?
I'm well, brother. Thank you for having me, and
Yes,
thank you for putting this together. Greatly appreciate it.
We really appreciate you out here in the community. And what I like to do with this show is bring up community jewels, people who are doing things in our community. And we conduct ourselves on a larger scale rather than just being rappers and singers and dancers and things of that nature. We conduct business. We got businessmen out here in this community that are doing positive things. And I visited your stores on numerous occasions. And we'll just get into your story and make people more aware of you. So, your business is called Crowder's Variety Store.
Yes, sir.
Located in the
neighborhood variety store. Yes, sir.
The neighborhood variety store, located in the Florin Square off of 24th Street in Florin. And let's start with your work hours. What are your store hours?
Yes, sir. We are open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, sometimes we extend our hours depending on events that take place at Florin Square. But yeah, if you are in the neighborhood or if you're a resident of Sacramento or even visiting, we would love to see you again, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, every month of every year.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into your story. You know, I know a lot of people might run into you as they come to your store every day and they get to know you and understand who you are. Let's give them an in-depth look at you or whatever you want to share about yourself and you want people to know about you. Let's get into depth.
Sure.
Let's start with, where was you born? Where you from?
So I'm one of them cats that's not really from anywhere. You know, my father he was a soldier first, 7 years in the Army, and then he did 20 in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I was born in Kansas. And 3 months later, we were in Spain. And then we left there, went to Omaha, Novato, California, Edwards Air Force Base, and then we landed in Sacramento in 1980.
Gotcha.
Right? Yeah. Graduated from Hiram Johnson in 83, man, and then moved to LA like that year.
Cool.
Attended the VRI Institute of Technology, man, and graduated from there and lived most of my young adult life in Los Angeles. Ironically, right around the corner from where you from.
That's
we
right.
both know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, man, and part of who I am, I guess, is obviously, you know, my parents had a huge impact on my thought process, who I am, how I am. You know, we grew up in a very proud family. You know, my father's father was a cop in Columbus, Ohio. That's where my parents are from. And so, you know, there was structure and rules in the house. He laid down the law.
Okay.
And we followed it.
Yes, sir.
And so his main rule was, you know, he didn't have a lot of them, but you're not gonna mess up in school. That was the number one. Okay. So he was a huge proponent of education. And even though I didn't go 4 years of college, I've been back and forth to college so many times, it's unreal, but I didn't finish. But because I went into the trades, I was able to scratch out a living because I went into, you know, IT, information technology.
Okay.
And just born at the right time, went into the right field, and I was able to make a living at it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but the work ethic and, you know, the grind really comes from my parents, man. Both of my parents worked. My mother worked Pac Bell for 25 years. Like I said, Pops did 20 in the Air Force, then got out and did Department of Defense, Lockheed, Hughes, and all that until he transitioned. And so just watching how they got down, man, I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. So I mean, it's fair to say you came from a structured family, a mother and father in the home.
Yes.
And they said you had siblings, like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I have an older brother, man, and you know, and that speaks to the structure. You know, because my father was in the military, he was gone a lot.
Okay.
And so my older brother, who's really only 2.5 years older than I am, he's the man of the house when
Okay.
Pops ain't around. So, you know, that's like having two fathers. For real. I had to do what he said, you know, and even to this day, he works in the store with me.
Okay, that's
And
beautiful.
yeah, it's just, you know, we continue to follow them protocols. I mean, we both grown with children now, but if he called me right now and said, "Yo, man, I need you to be here. I got to cut this interview short." You know what I mean? It's just that the rules are the rules.
I hear you,
know?
brother. Yes, sir.
So you know, that's a little peek into my immediate family, but you know, I'm really proud of being a Shaw man and a Richardson. That's my mother's side. They're very accomplished people. Like I said, that Midwestern work ethic, man, it ain't no joke.
Okay.
They taught you. I'm surrounded by examples growing up of people that follow the rules. You know what I mean?
Sir.
The family rules.
Yes, sir.
Which is, you know, don't be having a bunch of children that you don't take care of. You know,
that's
things
right.
that you would want your children to know.
Yes, sir.
And not to say that we followed all of them, but we did our best.
Okay.
And so, you know, what that led to was, you know, I had a career. Well, I started in telecom. When I first jumped out, I had a job down in Irvine, which was where I cut my teeth, and then left there and, you know, had a number of jobs. But my career took off when I was working for a long distance service company at One Wilshire. I know you know where that is, downtown.
Yes, sir.
And they promoted me and gave me my own office, basically in San Francisco.
Nice.
So they moved me to the Bay Area, and me and my wife.
Okay.
And as we were moving up there, we didn't realize there was actually 3 of us in the car.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was my oldest son was riding with us. We had no idea. So
yes, sir.
And that was really the impetus for my stopping what I was doing. You know, I'm 29 years old, still having a good time, making money and, you know, doing my thing. But when, you know, when the kid got here, I was like, I gotta get serious now.
Yes, sir. So let's highlight your wife real quick. I'm gonna bring
her
up.
Definitely.
Your wife.
So that's her, man.
Tell us that story. How did y'all meet in?
Bro, that's a good story too.
Okay.
So I was, you know, clubbing with my roommate and from college, my college roommate, and we went out to West Covina one night to a club, and there was this girl there, you know, and I could tell she peeped me as soon as I walked in the door. She might tell a different story, but this is how it went down.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we got to talking, and I lost her number.
Okay.
And about a month later, maybe less, I went back to that club, and she happened to be there. And the rest, as they say, is basically history.
So your wife's name Elaine Brown?
Elaine Brown.
Elaine Brown. Okay, let's pick up from there.
And she's from Baldwin Park, you know, born in LA, brought up in the suburbs. And, you know, her family is structured very much like mine.
Okay.
Which I think is why we connected so well. She's got a couple of siblings, and you know, her parents are, you know, from the South, and you know, very family oriented and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I kind of knew it was a good match for me.
Yes, sir.
And you know, I mean, just like so many other brothers out here that are trying to grind and think that they, you know, that they the business and all that. You know, in our early years, I did a whole lot of stuff that to try to ensure that we didn't make it.
Yes, sir.
But you know, as God would have it, man, you know,
that's
we're still here, man, building.
So how was it presented to her to make that move? She was okay with making that move to San Francisco?
She was very nervous because, you know, we lived together first before we got married.
Okay.
And when the promotion came up, she wasn't sure if she can. We hadn't known each other that long. We fell in love, man, and in 9 months we was living together.
Wow.
Okay. And so, you know, and you know, it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns. But by the time the promotion came up, you know, we had a decision to make. You know, do we stick together and move to Northern California, or we just go our separate ways?
Okay.
And you know, by His grace, man, you know, we made the right decision.
That's right.
And like I said, we found out 9 months later that it was the right decision because my
Cool.
son was on his way. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, man.
So how many years of marriage do y'all have together?
We 25 years married, man,
Man,
and
nice.
coming up on,
Congratulations.
thank you, 31 years together.
Nice. Congratulations
Yeah.
on that. It's always
Yeah.
good to see black folks sticking together and sticking it
Yeah,
out,
man.
staying together and build that family together. Because
That's the secret.
yep,
That's the secret, man. You know, it's not easy. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It has been for me. That's my story.
okay, cool.
And I told her the other week, man, I was like, you know, after all we've been through, I'd marry you all over again. Knowing what I know now, if you would have me. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Elaine Brown, my queen, man.
Okay. So y'all moved up here in San Francisco. How was the job that you took on? Was it?
It was cool. It was cool because the people that I actually worked with, we was all from LA.
Okay.
And so I was really working around my friends.
Yep.
And I was only there for about 2 years when another friend that I grew up with in Sacramento was working at an investment bank in San Francisco in the Transamerica building, you know, the pyramid.
Yep.
And he called me one day. He's like, man, you need to get over here, man. They're paying. It's cool, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm kind of the dude over here. And but I took his advice.
Yeah.
And I went over, and next thing you know, about a year and a half later, I'm in management.
Wow, nice.
And for the next like 20 years, I was an IT manager,
cool,
almost until the end of my career.
Okay.
But before that happened, I actually transitioned to the software side of the game.
Right.
And before I moved from the Bay Area, we were living in Dublin.
Okay.
I hooked up with a software company that allowed me to, you know, work from anywhere, work remotely. So we ended up moving to Sacramento in 2017, where I just happened to be on this program. In Dublin, it was very difficult to find places to shop Black.
Okay.
And so, you know, like I said, we grew up in a very proud Black family and a proud Black art everywhere. And
yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And statues, the warriors and all that kind of stuff. So
sir,
it was already in my DNA.
That's right.
To try to support Black businesses.
Yes, sir.
And you know, when we lived in LA, man, it's a lot of Black businesses. You know what I mean? So you kind of, I think sometimes you get lulled to sleep when it comes to how beautiful you have it.
Yeah.
Until you don't have it. So when I moved to SAC, I said, well, now is an opportunity for me to intentionally spend my money, you know, and there's enough Black businesses here for me to support. So my wife and I implemented a program called buying 30 days of buying Black in SAC.
Okay. Wow.
And I chronicled it and I put it on social media and the whole thing, you know.
How successful were you at doing that? All Black, just only Black products, and how successful were you?
Well, we real successful. I ran across all these businesses that I had heard of but never really patronized. And part of that was going to underground books, getting the Black pages.
Black pages, people, that's right.
Yeah, some people may not know even exist.
Yeah.
Went and got that. And then I met a dude named Chris Lodson.
Okay.
And Chris is kind of an activist in the community, and another lady named Angie Wiggins. And they started connecting me with other people in the city that were pro-Black doing some things. And that led me to Florin Square.
Okay.
And ironically, when I got there, the first time I went to Florin Square, I ran into a dude that I had known for 40 years. We went to Johnson together.
Wow, okay.
Kelly Keys.
Kelly Keys.
If you know Kelly Keys, then you know Kelly is
Shauna's husband, right?
Yes,
yes, sir.
Shauna McDaniels, who ran Sojourner Truth Museum. That's her husband.
Yes, sir.
And so Kelly started running the game about what was going on at Florin Square.
Okay.
And the vibe there was like everything that I'm about. It was pushing them buttons.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, dude, I love it here, man. So I would just shop. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But as part of my shopping 30-day shopping black and sack, I met a dude named Terry Crowder.
Okay.
And Terry and his family owned Long Dollar up in Del Paso Heights.
Long Dollar.
Yeah. And I was listening to the radio, and Jay King was talking about, he was shouting out black businesses. So I already had the black pages. I was doing my thing, listening to the black radio station, and they were promoting black businesses. So I went up there, started shopping, and me and this dude became friends.
Okay.
And part of my intro into it was I just wanted to see him be successful, man. I was like, I don't know anybody else who owns a dollar store.
Yeah.
So we cannot afford to let this business go under. You know what I mean? Well, Family Dollar came in right across the parking lot from him. Basically ran him out of business.
Damn.
So yeah, he threw everything in his storage locker. And he had a baby, back east. So he went back to New York. And one day, man, we kept in touch. I get an envelope in the mail with the key to the storage locker,
wow,
to the registers, to the safe, everything.
Wow.
And he was like, take it and do what you want with it.
That's amazing. See, I never knew that story. I always wondered, where does Crowder come from? I thought that was like a grandfather or grandmother's name or something.
No, man.
That's a beautiful story, brother.
Thank you. Well, his gesture was so grand, man, that the least that we could do is name the business after him. Yeah. He was actually not on board with it at first. He was, well, put it this way, he was very humble, and he said, kind of honored that I would do that. But I was like, bruh, you put me on. You know what I mean? And you're my brother. I mean, when I tell you, the way I look at it is, I got this store because of black love and black unity.
Wow, it's powerful, brother.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So details that I left out is, while he was struggling, my brother and I made him a little bridge loan. Wasn't that much money.
Okay.
But I think he appreciated the fact that we was trying to help.
Okay.
And so he, it was a little too late.
Yeah.
He still, ended up shutting down. But the most important part about that whole part of the story is that I didn't know him that long. Yeah. Right. But something about my dude, I just felt like, I knew I could trust him.
Okay.
He was a good brother, and he paid me back all the loan.
Man.
Gave me a little bit more just to say thank you.
Yeah.
And then gave me the store.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Isn't it? So the least I can do is try to be successful, man.
Yes, sir.
So that's kind of the long but short version of how we became Crowder's Variety Store.
All right. And now I remember when I first ran into your store and met you and stuff like that. It was a small shop. You had the shotgun shop. Small, walk in, you right there at the counter.
Yeah. You're right. And the beauty in this is, bro, and I told this part of the story many times.
Yes, sir.
Lloyd X would come in and drop $20, $30.
That's right.
And in a store, like you said, that was literally 189 square feet.
Okay.
If it wasn't for your support,
and I know when I first walked in there, that was my thing. I like, oh, he got the rap snacks. I'm a big fan and supporter of Master P and Black Business. When I saw you had the rap snacks, I'm like, oh man, I gotta support this brother. Yeah, and I was proud. I felt good that you was carrying his line, man. So let's talk about that. What made you consider carrying the rap snacks?
So now that's a unique story, right? Because we got my wife is pretty good friends with a Bay Area rapper, a Bay Area rapper's wife.
Okay.
And we got the plug from her that Rap Snacks even existed, right? Okay. And so my wife was like, yo, you need to email these people and see what's up. Yeah. So I did, but I didn't get the response. But I was like, I couldn't shake it. Yeah. I was like, man, black folks with their own snack line, man, and I got a store. Yeah. This is everything that we need.
That's right.
Right. So I didn't know that it was going to end up being probably my best seller.
Nice.
and where I make the majority of my revenues from.
Wow.
I was
didn't
just
know that.
proud to
That's
be,
beautiful, man.
yeah. I just wanted to be supporting black business. I mean, black business and giving entrepreneurs a platform to put their product on the shelf.
Yes, sir.
And
Ooh,
you know, I'm a black business. I need to be carrying black product.
that's right.
So, and
That's right.
Master P had the answer.
That's right.
Mhm.
And so, in making that transition from the smaller store to the larger store, I saw you put up. You thank your customers for helping you to grow into that bigger store.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
beautiful.
man. It was like I said, man, and we got to include you
Yes,
in
sir.
that part of the story because
Ooh,
because first of all, it is a major part of the story.
okay.
See, when you used to come in and purchase, it was the support. You know, I mean, nobody need $30 worth of rack snacks. You know what I'm saying? Let's just face it, man.
Hey, bro, I needed them.
But the energy and the vibe. Sometimes, you know, in retail, sometimes the register don't really tell the story of whether you're successful or not.
Okay.
You got to play the long game.
Yes, sir.
But when you're making connects and contacts and friends and now family, like you are to me,
Yes, sir.
it gives you the confidence that you can do this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, look, I was a software guy, man. I didn't know nothing about running a retail store,
Yes, sir.
but you know, but I consider myself a fairly smart person.
Okay.
I was going to say, when you used to come in, man, I got to be honest,
Yes, sir.
that was not even put on enthusiasm, bro. I used to get geeked when I would see you walk
Man,
in there
cool. I
because
appreciate it.
yeah, it wasn't about the money, man. It
Yes,
was
sir.
about, I love this dude, man, because he
Cool.
gets it and he gets me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All about supporting
Real
our
talk.
folks.
Real talk.
And that's when I was like, you know what? We on to something here.
Yep.
Now all I got to do is find the Floyd X's of the world,
Yes, sir.
and we're gonna be all right.
That's right. And
So
that's the.
Nasir and them, you know Nasir Muhammad
Oh, yes, sir.
and his family,
Yes, sir.
and I mean all of them, Anissa and all the. I know that these are probably names that a lot of people don't know, but Nubian family,
That's
Beauty
right.
Supply,
Black
that
Nubian Beauty
family,
Supply.
yeah, and now we're next door neighbors.
Yes, sir.
They're the ones, including yourself, that would consistently support Crowders, and I have to blame and give credit to all of you for
Cool.
our success. Whatever we've been able to do, it's only because of y'all.
Okay.
Straight
Cool.
up,
Well, I
straight up.
appreciate that. And let's dive into as far as the products that you take on. You know, one thing I appreciate about your story, you know, myself, I still make bean pies and things of that nature, but
Yes,
I appreciate it and respect it, the requirement and the standard that you take on when you bring products in. You don't be like, okay, yeah, just bring it in the store and I'm gonna sell it. You be like, hey man, you need this, you need that. Like if you're making the bean pie, I need the recipe on the back because I'm protecting my customers. They
right.
need to know what's in your product before
Yes,
they purchase it. So I
right.
greatly respect and appreciate that you do that.
Yes, sir.
You help bring
Yes,
up
sir.
the standard of a typical or standard black vendors that we can't just on a homie deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Homie, put us to nah. You got a standard you got to meet. So I really appreciated that and I can respect that. So,
Thank you,
I mean,
sir. Thank you. Yeah, man. You know, I mean, and we learn as we go.
that's right.
You know, there is the vendor. Everybody has a place in the village, right?
Okay.
There is a place for vendors to try their products out when they're vending them at the events. You know as well as I that 3 times a month there's a marketplace there,
Yes, sir.
right? And so it's a place where if you're trying to get in business, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, it's a pretty good venue for you to come test your stuff out.
Okay.
But the rules change a little bit when you put your stuff on the shelf in a store. The store owner has to be really, really discerning about what product is on the shelf
Yep.
to make, like you said, to make sure that we protect the consumer
That's right.
And so there has to be a standard, and particularly because most of our clientele are Black family members, it's my duty
Yes, sir.
to make sure that there's a standard there, because I have to protect my people because they deserve it.
That's
And then
right.
my family, you know.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, and we're not asking for you to jump through any flaming hoops. We just can't take shorts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So to take a little longer for anyone to get right, to get the product right, I'm patient. You know what I mean? We can do that. But what we're not gonna do, like you said, is some type of homie hookup where it's like, don't tell nobody. It's like, no,
Yeah,
that's not Crowders.
that's
You
right.
know.
That's cool.
Hmm.
I can appreciate that, man. And
Thank you.
I think it's a great thing. And then so let's get into your children. I know you say you got two sons
Two
or
sons.
okay.
So you mentioned Nathan Tracy Consulting.
Yes.
About 22 years ago, I started this consultancy after I got laid off from the Pacific Stock Exchange. I was a manager there.
Okay.
And I had a $4,000 a month mortgage, man. I was like, I need to do something. So I started this consultancy, and I named it Nathan Tracy because my sons are Nathaniel and Jonathan. So they both
Okay.
have Nathan in their name.
Gotcha.
And the thought was, they were very young. They were like in kindergarten, grade school, or whatever. But the theory was, one of these days I'm gonna work with my kids.
Okay.
And then they're going to inherit this thing, man, and keep it moving. Well, we kept the name, we kept
Yeah.
the corporation, but my boys went a different direction so far.
Okay.
But I'm proud of them, man. They both graduated college.
Okay.
The
If you don't mind
oldest one,
sharing, what college did they graduate from?
yeah. So my oldest, Nathaniel, graduated from San Jose State with the degree in communications,
Nice.
and my youngest son, Jonathan, went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, graduated with a degree in aeronautical engineering.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
So
great to hear.
they're doing well, man. Nate
Cool.
works for eHealth here in Sacramento, and Jonathan's up in Seattle working for Boeing.
Nice. That's great.
Doing their thing.
Great to hear. Cool. Cool. So you running a business, you raising your family and doing your thing.
Yeah.
And so as far as future goals, what are like your future goals, and what do you see for the Crowder's variety store?
Yeah. So our goal is to always expand. So when you walk in Crowder's, adjacent to the door, there's this shelving area, and that's where we have all of a majority of our Black produced or Black sourced products.
Okay.
Aside from what you see on the shelves, that is Rap Snacks, which takes up a pretty fair amount of real estate.
Yeah.
The other part of the store that we have relegated to, I'll call them entrepreneurs, is for primarily Black-owned businesses to put their stuff on a shelf on consignment.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as far as the future of Crowders, the number one goal is to expand that area.
Okay.
Right. We want more Black produced product or Black sourced product. Even if you don't make it, I just need to buy it from you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
So that, and then you hopefully are buying it from somebody who is Black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep circulating the dollars. So that's our primary goal.
All right.
And the future goal that primary goal sets up is for us to expand and grow and move to not just another location,
multiple locations.
but multiple locations.
Okay, sounds good. So, and I want to point out that some of the products you carry, it's not just the snacks and the food stuff. You have I remember I bought work gloves from you one time.
Yes,
I bought scissors, household scissors, and a bunch of household products that you could purchase from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a little. So the way I look at Crowders is kind of like 7-Eleven meets CVS or Thrifties.
Okay.
where our goal back in the day, when we first came to Florin Square, we looked at a spot because what we wanted to do was serve ice cream and all that. Well, where we landed, we didn't have the infrastructure for that.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that as we grow, we want to incorporate in the business model.
Because I do remember at one time you had the balloon, the helium, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we still have that. We
Still
still
got
have, you can
okay.
get balloons, but it is kind of a convenience store.
Yeah.
So we do try to carry, just like we say, a little something for everybody.
Yeah.
And
Batteries. You got batteries up
batteries,
there?
you know, stuff for kitchenware, houseware, hardware, sodas, juice, water, coffee. We give away free popcorn.
I was gonna say that popcorn. Woo, man.
Yeah, the popcorn is working, bro.
That popcorn. I'm like, oh man. Yep.
But you know, man, I gotta say this, man, is that the thing that I didn't expect that has happened, and it's really, really relevant, is that I've witnessed the generosity and the unity that we don't talk about in our community. I'm right there on the front line every day, so I see people come in there. I know kids that they're regular customers because they go to one of the little homeschooling programs there. Yeah. I know their parents. They call me Mr. Tracy now. You know what I mean?
Every time when I'm there, now people come in and out, they show you nothing but love, brother.
It's
like,
a beautiful thing.
Nothing but love, man.
Man, I never expected that to come along with what we're getting ourselves into.
Man.
So now that has become more important, or at least as important as the revenues.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, Floyd, I've had no less than 5 moms.
Wow.
Ask me to mentor their sons.
Wow. Just like that.
Just like that, bro.
They see what you're doing, and they want to pattern their sons after you. Be like, man, look what this brother doing. He got this store here, and he's here every day. Right. Pushing the program.
And, you know, I'm older. You know what I mean? So, you know, I've been described as the uncle or the grandpa. I was like, watch that grandpa thing. But anyway, you know, so that's just, it's a beautiful, unexpected benefit from being, you know, the general store that everybody kind of comes to. It's my personality to love on people. So, you know, when you come in crowded, you might be a stranger, but my goal is that when you leave there, you feel like family.
That's right.
You know?
And one thing I want to address is the stability as far as you marrying the wife and you raising your children. That stability and that structure, the same structure that you got from your parents that you pass on to your children, it helps you. How does it help you in your business? Because I have my view, but I would like to hear your view on how does it help you in your business and having that structured and consistency. You're there, you represent, and you got a program that you're following to build a plan, basically.
I'll tell you how it helped, man. I'm glad you asked that.
Yes, sir.
So there's a number of youngsters, teenagers particularly, that work at the square, and some that are looking for work, right? So one of the benefits of being there is, and being a father and a brother and a son and all that is, I recognize kids particularly that might be slightly lost, but are looking for something to cling to.
Yes.
And that thing is structure. And stability.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, being in a situation where I might be able to provide a kid, and this happens all the time, you know, I have kids that I know that come into the store and they're like, hey, you got any work for me today, Mr. Tracy? And I'm like, not really, man, you know, but go ahead and sweep.
Okay.
Go ahead and take this garbage out for me, you know, and I'll throw them a little bit of cheese. And, you know, there's that. And the other big thing is that I do have a lot of young people that confide in me.
Okay.
For instance, in this series, just recently, just like literally yesterday, had a young lady that was talking to me about, you know, depression and suicide.
Yes, sir.
So the beauty is that she's not my child. We're not biologically related, but she's been knowing me for so long that she felt comfortable coming to me with some of her deepest, darkest problems.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm not a counselor, but of course I'm an adult. So I started
Right.
mobilizing some support for the young lady.
Okay.
And that's, in the village, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I love going up there, and I love bringing my children around you and bring them to watch it and witness it. I bring them so they could witness. Look at this, the whole African market situation, all these black-owned businesses, and I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that you're there, brother.
Well, bruh, listen, I gotta say this because I know this is my interview, but me and you are not different.
Yes, sir.
You have, the twins are accomplished. And
Yes,
so
sir.
those children don't have far to go to see the same example that you just described.
That's right.
Is you.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
why
Yes,
I
sir.
think me and you vibe, and that's why I think this thing is working, because we're not that different. You know?
And this is a reality that we have to promote. Like being married to your wife, structured 25 years together, and you build your family. It's a consistency. This is what, in my opinion, that black people need to attain to. Get with that one woman, stand strong with her, and ride it out.
And write it out, man.
Ride it out.
You have to stick around long enough to get to the good part.
That's right.
You dig? Because it's going to be some bumps in the road, right? But that's not the whole ride.
That's right.
You dig? My brother also, my parents were married 32 years. My father died relatively young, but my brother been married 33 years. He got 3 kids, 5 grandkids, 1 on the way. So it's what we do.
That's right.
And the difference, and his children are accomplished, right?
Yep.
And I think, I know the father in the home is essential.
Yep.
It's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
But it's such a huge benefit to the children and the next generation.
Yeah.
If he's there.
Yep.
Right. And he's treating the children's mother with respect and love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your children just come out a little different. So one of the things that I ride with, is that it's scripture, but it says, a righteous man leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
Wow. Nice.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
That's
like I say, I'm trying to stress that out into the community to stand together.
And there it is.
Yes, sir.
And that decision produced Floyd X.
Yes, sir.
My man.
That's right.
My man.
My brother.
You know what I mean? So they got it right. Because my parents did the same. Look, I know that this is going kind of off topic, but my parents did the same thing. Yep. I asked my mom, why did she stay with him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, I got my reasons.
That's right.
Like, okay, I support it. I support it.
This is all on topic, man. It's black family, black unity, building black. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking. That's what we're doing. It's all on topic. And the family is an essential part of that. It's very essential, Because I know I would be in a bad place if I didn't have my wife, and the way that she helped raise our children. I love it, man. What we accomplished thus far, I'm loving it, And I appreciate.
I don't know if you feel this way, but especially when I was in LA in the 80s, man, I never expected to live this long.
Wow.
Real talk.
Real talk. Past 20 was an accomplishment. That was an accomplishment. Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was hot back then, And so even on the West Side, it was hot.
Yep.
So having been here on this planet as long as I have, I'm 57.
Yes, sir.
It's a blessing that I didn't expect, that I don't want to mess up.
That's right.
And I hope that just because of the gifts that I've been given, they say to whom much is given, much is required. I want to leave this place at least as well or better than I found it. And hopefully I'm unleashing some solid individual men on the world, my kids, and maybe even having a little impact on other young men and women or young people that because sometimes you need to see what you can do
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they see me doing it, they see you doing it. You know, you a tradesman.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what's up.
Yeah.
How many kids know that, hey, I could be a metal worker, you know, a machinist or a welder or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, look, Floyd X, go talk to him.
That's right.
You know
I'm
Ben X. You know
yes,
Ben
sir.
X, right?
Yep.
Ben Baby.
A mechanic. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, this dude has a great business.
Okay. Cool.
And he's a solid brother, man.
That's a
And
good brother. Brother Ben
real
is a
good,
good
bro. You
brother.
already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nasir and everybody.
Yep.
There's so many good
Good brothers.
examples of good men
Yep.
At Florin Square. That
Yes,
to me, that right there is another interview altogether.
hell yeah.
Floyd.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I
You
got
know?
him on the list. I got him
Yeah,
on
I
the
know you do. I know you do, man.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, some good brothers, man. So we got the Crowder Variety Store. The address is 2251 Florin Road. What's your suite number, brother?
Suite 134.
Suite 134. That's the
Yes,
suite
sir.
number you want to find the brother. And he gave the hours. One more time, the hours are from
Yeah, we're Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes we extend to 9, depending on the events.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yep, and a good time to catch him is like, are y'all still doing the second Saturdays?
Yes.
Okay, so we got
second Saturdays is, and I'm glad, thank you, because I got to get this plug.
Okay.
Second Saturday is actually promoted by myself and Shona McDaniels.
Okay.
So we got together
it's the Journey Truth Museum.
So Journey Truth Museum, yes,
Museum.
sir.
Yes, sir.
And we got together about 1.5 years ago, just kind of to fill in a couple of dead spots in the month because everybody knew about the African marketplace. So the first and the third Saturday was popping.
Yeah.
But the second and the fourth was a little drop.
Okay.
So we got together, pieced our money up, and said, hey, let's put on second Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty successful to the point that now, starting next month in February, we're going to do the second and fourth Saturday.
Nice.
So we're trying to grow that too.
Cool.
You should dip through, man.
I plan on it. I'm gonna come out more often and come through more often, rain or shine. I know the rain probably slowed down a lot of traffic, but I'm gonna make certain that I get out there in the rain or whatever, regardless.
There you go. Because my thing is like, man, first of all, I'm gonna tell this quick story if I may.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lady came in yesterday, the African from Uganda. She is a combat veteran in the Air Force, been to Afghanistan. She's a lieutenant colonel. She's in the medical field, so she's seen a lot. She walked in, caught the vibe, Floyd, caught the vibe right there as you come in the foyer and all that artwork and all that kind of stuff. She wept.
Wow.
She wept. She was like, this is so beautiful. I didn't know this was here.
I can see that. Yeah, that's brother. That's similar to my story. When I first heard, because I know back, I don't know if they still call it the incubator.
Yeah, some people still know it as that.
Okay, when they could incubator, I'm like, what is that? And as soon as I stepped in the door, I understood completely. The incubator where you growing this black thing. And I walked around there, all that art, you walk through the halls. Man, it's a beautiful, I didn't shed a tear, but I was damn near like, this is beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
And I just walked through them halls. I walked all them halls. All that drawings, the Michael Jackson, the leaders, the past leaders, and all that stuff. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man. And people need to get on board with this, not because I'm saying you got to come down here, but it's like you don't want to miss it.
Yep,
and it's right here in South Sac.
Another thing people may not know that whole building is owned by a black man.
Oh, that's the most important part of this whole story. It's 74,000 square feet of black-owned real estate with 22 black realtors and a number of other tenants. Now, some aren't. There's some tenants that are not black. All the retail is black. But we have other races and cultures that also occupy space in the building.
Yep, they still have that WIC office, right? The WIC store.
Yeah.
Okay.
WIC used to be there. They moved out. And so he converted that space to more office space. He moved the nonprofits over there, which there's a number of nonprofits in the building.
And then the
mostly black owned.
Boost
It's
Mobile, move over
mhm,
there. Boost
all
Mobile.
that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
where you want to be,
that's
man.
right.
You know,
Yep.
and if you want an example of what black people can do,
Yeah,
if we piece up, work together,
yeah.
and try to build
Can you
Florin Square.
can you name some of the resident? I know we got Nikki Potter, Made for a
Yes,
Boss. Her
yeah,
product there. I know she's starting the web series or something like that on the
yeah.
other
She's
side.
doing podcast.
Podcasting,
Uh,
yes. And
hmm
then you got the what's the tech brother? I had his card right. Oh, got it.
Oh, Kelson. That's Kelson Patterson.
Yep, tech
True Endeavors.
True Endeavors,
True Endeavors Computer
computer sales.
Solutions, right across the hall from me.
Yep.
We have Flo, a lady named Margarita Gomez. She has her. She sells women's clothing.
Yeah, I brought my daughter
We
in
have
there.
a jeweler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Elwa on the outside. We have a
Okay.
jeweler who does design and repair of gold and silver and all of that. Glam girls. We have a new tenant that just moved in last week called Ethio Foods. Ethiopian brother selling spices. We have Lady Charmaine from
Charmaine.
97.5 KDEE.
All right.
Marion Berries is her business. Nico Nicole.
Oh yeah.
Triola. There's just so many, man. Shirley's All Weather Fashions.
What's Sister Tisha's business name? The
It's
jewelry.
Tisha. Yeah, Tisha. Her name is
Jewelry.
Tisha Spagner.
Yes.
And, I think it's Tisha's Design.
Beverly's jewelry or Artisan's jewelry.
Yeah, Artisans. Yeah.
Artisan jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her mother's
Artisan
name
jewelry.
is Beverly.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yep.
But Tisha moved in about 4 months ago.
Yep.
She vended there all the time.
Yeah.
And then got a spot.
Nice.
Because now you used to just be able to roll up in there and get a spot. Now there's like more of a waiting list.
Okay.
And people are more discerning about what we bring in and who we bring in because you don't want to have everybody selling the same thing.
That's right.
So
That's right.
And they're growing it kind of organically, but with intentions to try to make the consumer experience more enjoyable for people that want to come and shop there.
That's right, and it's nice. It's nice to see the businesses that start there, grow there. Like your business went from the small space to the larger space. I remember when the Nubian Beauty Supply, they had that one spot, then they expanded it further out to the other room and stuff like that.
Yeah, you remember when they were in the museum?
Yes, sir. Yep, I remember that. Nice,
and it's a family, right? It's basically one family that has expanded their enterprise. That's right. Organically within the building, man. And we all support each other. Yeah. It's something that, in my humble opinion, every major city across the country needs. Yeah. And should strive for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The owner's name of the business is fella. I know it's Thomas or Mr. Tom.
Tom Donaldson.
Tom Donaldson.
And the name of the business really is Donaldson Properties.
Donaldson Property. Okay.
Owns the square, but he is the business.
Yeah. He owns the whole square. I know he still walks around. I know he does.
Yeah, he does. That's important for you to say that too, because when you want to see the icon of Black success in business, that's the dude.
Real talk.
He still walks around there with the sleeves cut out of his t-shirt, a baseball hat on, work boots. Yep. He doesn't have a gold chain on. He ain't rocking no chunk jewelry.
He drive up in that white pickup truck.
In that white pickup truck.
Business.
Yeah.
He there to take care of work. He there to work.
Yeah. You would never know that he has not only solidified himself in the community as a real estate boss. Yeah. But beyond that, I've witnessed he has a number of Black people that work for him.
Yep, he do.
Northland Interior Maintenance. You know my man Keith.
Okay.
There's been a number of young people that he's brought in there to work with him and show him the ropes, including my son Johnny, who was home for the summer.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and when he went back to college, I got to tell you, that boy's last paycheck had nothing to do with the hours that he put in. Mr.
Wow.
Donaldson blessed him up. See, this is the type of
That's
stuff that
beautiful, man. That's
we
beautiful.
have this opportunity to do this for our
Yep.
children.
Real talk.
Yeah, I'll say this too, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up in LA, or a large part of our life in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Los Angeles has a huge black population, has a Crenshaw district. People talk about Compton and all that kind of stuff. These are neighborhoods with a lot of black businesses in them. But this is one building with 22 black retailers under one roof.
Wow.
I don't know
Amazing.
where that exists. And a museum. I don't know where that exists anywhere else in California.
So we come to the end of the show. I want to thank you for taking time out to share your story and your vision with the rest of the community. Hopefully, people will be inspired by what we talked about today, and will if they could come out and support the store, stop by 2251 Florin Road. He gave you the hours like from 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, and stop by and support black-owned business. He sell black-owned products, and if you're a vendor and you got products to sell, get with the brother. He'll work with you, and just remember there's a requirement of a standard to meet, and that's to help you and him and the customers. So he's not putting up red tape. He's just maintaining a proper standard as we all should. I think we'll end the show there. Thank y'all for watching here at the Focus Up Network. We greatly appreciate your viewership. We hope we bring you good information as we attempt to educate and entertain at